Hello everyone and welcome to another challenge video. In the last video, we attempted to play Dark Souls 3 as Geodude. It was pretty fun, a bit frustrating at times though. I had a couple of comments saying that I should not have used parries as that is not a move that Geodude can learn, so I just wanted to address it real quick. In the first boss fight I used parries to defeat Gundyr. I didn't think much of it, but I guess I can sort of see the confusion on why that would not be allowed. My thought process was that it was a usable action while you were using fist only, so I felt that it would have counted. If you really don't think it should count, just let me know and I won't use it anymore in future Pokemon challenges. With that being said, let's move on to the video. Throughout Dark Souls, you will come across many items along the way as you traverse through many different areas, many of which being new weapons or different armor. In Dark Souls, it is very encouraged to use this new armor, or at the very least just acknowledge the existence of said armor. Instead, what I will be doing is ignoring every piece of armor and only using the mandatory loincloth that allows this video to be monetized. I will have zero poise, and even so much as a gust of wind will be enough to sweep me off my feet. I also should not expect to survive no more than 3 hits against any boss in the game. I will have to rely on expert precision and ultra enhanced gamer tactics. For this next challenge I am moving over to Dark Souls Remastered, as it is the game that I am most familiar with. Dark Souls 1 is my favorite game in the series, so it was quite nice to come back to it after playing 3. The slow and rewarding combat, the gimmicky bosses, amazing chest ahead, what's not to love? I'm coming back to this gem to see if I can beat Dark Souls without wearing any armor. Before we get started, let's lay down some rules for this challenge. Rule number 1. You are not allowed to wear any armor, obviously. Rule number 2. There really isn't a need for a rules list, but that doesn't matter, I'm gonna have one anyways. And rule 3. Make sure to like the video and subscribe to my channel to keep up to date on future challenge videos. Now, rule number 3 is actually quite important. It really is the most important rule, because if rule number 3 doesn't get followed, then we just fail the challenge. But with that out of the way, let's get started. So right away we are starting off with Bandit to get the Master's Key, and for our gift we're going to choose Black Fire Bombs, simply because I like killing the first boss right away. Asylum Demon is meant to be a tutorial boss, but if you have played the game before it becomes quite a joke, especially if you have Black Fire Bombs. I did screw up the setup a little bit, but regardless, Asylum Demon went down very quickly. With the boss out of the way, the last thing we need to do is kindly ask Oscar for his personal belongings. After Big Bird takes us to Firelink, we want to head straight for the graveyard to grab a weapon that we will be using for the majority of the run. Yes, I'm using the Zweihander, it is really good, I'm sorry. Anyways, before moving on to the next area, I decide to make a quick detour to try and grab the red Tearstone ring. This ring increases your attack by 50% when you are in critical health. It's probably not a ring that I'm going to use often, but honestly just trying to get it is the fun part. Okay. This first one is literally the worst one. Zwing, they have so much collision, whatever you call it, I can't think right now. No! No, not that attack. Oh my god. We got the ring. Oh, it's so scary. With our newfound weapon, we are ready to go to the next area, Undead Burg. There's not much to see here at all, there is like nothing that will benefit us, so let's run straight to the boss. This upcoming boss fight is almost as easy as Asylum Demon, so much so that I try to defeat him with RTSR to make a complete mockery of him. Little did I know, however, was that he was going to make me look like the fool. No! I hit his hammer? What? What? No, he stepped on me! Oh my god. Okay. Wapa. You do not know how upset I am with myself for dying to Taurus Demon that many times. That was the most embarrassing thing that has happened to me. Anyways, now that Taurus is dead, I want to try to get the Drake Sword, as it has a moderate swing speed, and it has good base damage. After getting humiliated by Taurus Demon, I clearly have not learned my lesson, and the dragon proceeds to mop the floor with me. You really do have to trust me, I am not that bad at the game. To show that I'm actually good, I go and take out the Black Knight that is just a bit further ahead. For this next area leading up to gargoyles, if you go fast enough, you are able to skip over half of the area due to a pretty huge shortcut. We can also just skip straight to the boss, there isn't anything that we need here. The bell gargoyles are very easy, there isn't much to talk about. At the beginning of the fight, I tried my best to defeat the first gargoyle, as they can get a little frustrating when they are both on screen. I was actually about to defeat the first one, but I got unlucky with 2 fire breath attacks. Since I have been deeply humiliated twice now, I back off and start throwing firebombs to avoid dying to the bell gargoyles. And with plenty of firebombs left in my inventory, the gargoyles get taken down very easily. After the fight, we need to climb up real quick to ring the bell, and now we need to head back to Firelink to go and ring the second bell. One thing I forgot to mention was that there was a guy that we saved at Undead Parish, but I wanted to wait until he came to Firelink, as he would be much easier to kill there. With Golden Dude dead, we now have access to the best item in the game. Oh yeah, this is the stuff. I feel so complete now. There is nothing more in life that is needed. As long as I got Fab, I am happy. I'm sorry about that. I really don't know what came over me. I also just realized that this challenge is for the entire game and not just 4 bosses, so I'm going to have to change up my script to go faster. Welcome everyone to my speedrun attempt. Today, I am doing Dark Souls commentary percent speedruns. Ready? Let's go! We go into Blighttown to defeat Quelaag. There's nothing else here except stupid poison and toxic nonsense. Quelaag is a 4K spider lady waifu. She is very slow and is very predictable. Taking her out was very easy. Spider waifu down, we head over to another boss that doesn't need to be killed yet, but he does need to be at some point, so I just opt to do it now. Ceaseless Discharge manages to be an even bigger joke than Quelaag. As a matter of fact, I am so confident in my ability that I decide to fight him with only a bare fist. I'm not sure if I can do it. Dude, oh my goodness. Whew. With both of the bells rung, we are now able to head to Sen's Fortress. Luckily, I managed to get through Sen's Fortress in just 2 attempts. The area boss is yet another joke, especially compared to the difficulty of actually just getting to him. We defeat Iron Golem on the second try by making him pull a Humpty Dumpty. San Orlando is probably the worst spot in the entire game. It is a game ender for beginners and can even be a run killer for experienced players. All in all, it is not good. Luckily, I did manage to get through the entire area on my first try, and now all that's left is my favorite boss in the game. Ornstein and Smo are one of the most infamous fights in all of Dark Souls. Both of the bosses complement each other perfectly, and if you don't know what you are doing, you will never have an opportunity to land any attacks at all. If you do not use the arena to your advantage, you will lose. Now, unfortunately for me, I forgot how much the Drake Sword actually sucked, so I ended up having to switch to the Zweihander for the stun damage. It also has been quite a while since I fought ONS, so being a bit rusty made this fight take a lot longer than it should have. Okay, well, not if I miss. Great. Great. No! Oh my god. I'm not winning this at all. On my stream, I gave myself one more try because it was getting late, and of course, that's when I managed to take them down. As many of you may know, the real reason you want to defeat ONS is not because of the Lord Vessel. The real reason is because of the amazing chest ahead. Aw yeah boys, we did it. We found it. Anyways, now that we have the Lord Vessel, we are now able to access the 4 Lords' arenas and claim their souls. I decided to go to Catacombs first to take out Pinwheel. Okay, I just have a question real quick because I'm not sure. Is there even a point to talk about Pinwheel? Like, seriously, I really do not understand why this boss even exists. And this late into the game too, like, why? Like, he's just so easy. I'm pretty sure I can have him defeated by the time I am finishing this sentence. With Pinwheel out of the way, we are now able to fight Nito. Oh, well this is awkward. It seems that I actually forgot to place down the Lord Vessel. Well, I guess we're not going to fight Nito. I opt to go and take out Sif instead. Sif really isn't that bad. He honestly has a pretty bad attack range. If you just stay under him, you should be good for the most part. Just make sure to watch out for his foot damage. I end up taking him out on my second try and with only 8 instances of foot damage. With Sif defeated, we are able to go and fight 4 kings, but I opt to go fight Seath first. In an attempt to gain some coolness points, I try to go for Seath skip. It probably would have been quicker for me to do the area normally, but I had already invested so much time into it, there was no other choice but to keep trying to get it. Sometimes I can just be so stubborn and it usually ends up hurting me more than helping me, but either way, we are now ready to fight Seath. I really had no idea how I was going to defeat Seath. On my first playthrough I just powered through everything with good armor, but now I had none. I wasn't even sure if there was a way to attack him without getting hit. But after being forced to take my time, I soon realized that Seath is actually an even bigger joke than Pinwheel. This is a true bro momentum. With Seath gone, the only bosses left are Nito, 4 Kings, and Bed of Chaos. I have to admit something to you guys. I had literal hours just simply put into attempts of taking out Nito and 4 Kings. I was starting to run out of hope. These 2 bosses are always a choking point for me. I decided to switch up to using Pyromancy, as fire is pretty good against both of them. With my newfound power, I go to 4 Kings to see how good he really is. And just as I thought, 4 Kings goes down pretty easily as Pyromancy wasn't properly balanced in this game. Alright. Just like any parent, I am sure that Nito would love to see the new tricks that I learned, so let's go show him. Oh boy was he thrilled. He was so happy to see the cool new trick I learned. He was so thrilled, in fact, that he simply could not contain the joy inside of him, and then he died. Oh my god. You know, I'm not really sure how I made that one work. At this point, the only thing preventing us from going to Gwyn is Bed of Chaos. I don't even know what to say about this boss. It's just not good. Hold on a second. I got something stuck in my throat. Oh, I guess the boss is dead already? Well, I guess we can just move on to Gwyn now. The battle with Gwyn was quite a roller coaster. So many emotions were being had during this momentous occasion. One single man stands between me and the completion of this challenge. This should be easy. I literally beat Gwyn on my first try on my first playthrough of Dark Souls. Those were the words that I told myself. I really thought Gwyn would be easy, but obviously, since you were hearing me say this, I was wrong. The fight with Gwyn was a nightmare. Parry to win. Wrong. For some reason, none of my parries were working. I really don't know what was wrong. After about 30 minutes of parry attempts, I knew I'd have to try something else. I tried chip damage, I tried different sword, I tried different shield, I tried strategizing, all nothing. I really didn't know what to do. No matter what I tried, it all ended up in failure. Mind you, at this point, I spent more than 4 hours just throwing myself at this guy, with little to no hope of succeeding. As a joke, I decided to switch to pyromancy, just to see how badly it would fail. And then this happened. For some reason, after switching to pyromancy, Gwyn decided that he didn't feel like fighting anymore, and he suddenly became the easiest boss in the world. And then, just like that, Gwyn went down without a fight. To think that I spent 4 hours fighting this guy just for him to act like that at the very end honestly makes me very upset. But with Gwyn defeated, this actually concludes the Dark Souls no armor challenge. This wasn't really that difficult of a challenge, given that the only limiting factor is just less defense, which is actually why I would recommend others to do this challenge. It is fairly easy to get into, and it forces you to do things you may not have done in a normal playthrough, such as focusing on more attack, or learning the movesets of the bosses since you are unable to just power through them. With that being said, the next challenge I currently have in the works is beating Dark Souls with only a trial manager. Yes, I know it sounds weird, but trust me, it will be a good one. If you enjoyed this video, I really would encourage you to like the video. It really does help a lot. And of course, if you want to see more, you should consider subscribing so you can stay up to date for when I upload more challenge videos. And yeah, that's all I got for today, so bye-bye.